Hi there, and welcome to the Code of Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we are live. My voice is almost gone right before we go live. So we're doing something a little different. You're going to see little amounts of me, but much of the Vinegar Syndrome sale that's going on right now. And I had no prep time for this because tomorrow the sale's going. Tomorrow the site's going down, and we're going to have to look at what's going on with the sale itself. I am going to make sure that I'm doing this through a different version today because I'm always trying to mix things up. Gotta keep things fresh, guys. Hey there, William. Welcome, man. Welcome. And we have done it a little differently today. So basically, your comments are going to be right down there. You're going to see them like scrolling across the screen. I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. A wee bit bigger. So you can actually see what's being said. Let me know if that works. Hey there, Antoine. Welcome, man. The site goes down tonight. That's the killer thing. The site is going to go down tonight, and that has me super freaked out. So as I work through the chat box issues, because I'm trying to do this as we go, because we're going to be talking about some stuff today. Somebody say something, because I want to see the size of the font on the screen so I can actually see what you guys are saying and so on, so that you guys can see what you guys are saying. And with that being said, so why did I not see the chat come up in George? I am on super early day, George. Hey there, Eddie. Welcome, man. But I had to come on super early today for a reason, actually. Because today, as you guys know, is it. The Vinegar Syndrome site is going to go down tonight, and it won't be up again until the actual sale starts. And that, my friends, could be a bit of an issue, right? So now is when we decide the titles that we want to grab, the things that we're looking at, the things that we want to put on our cards, put on our list, that type of thing. If you want to support the channel, there is a donation link here in the description. There is also a little, and if you do that, by the way, your name will scroll across at the bottom of the screen to let you know you are a member of the Cool Kids, and you'll see a little glass thing kind of start to hopefully fill up because, yes, let's hope we can actually get some donations for the channel so we can actually do some videos and do some reviews that you guys have been asking for. But I am stoked about this sale. And when it comes to stoked, I mean, we have Thriller coming for the first time. This was like, it had an early release back in the DVD days from Snaps. It was like, but now we're getting the ultimate release. I think pretty much everybody, that's going in is going to be grabbing this one. We got Christina Lindbergh, who's kind of a cult classic actress. She's done a lot of stuff. We're getting a 4K release for this film. I cannot wait to watch this in 4K. It's probably going to be like one of the first. It's going to be the first thing that I watch once I get this come. And I have this coming because of viewers like you, actually. So when you think sometimes, hey, disconnect the welcome round. When you think that it doesn't matter, like it matters. You guys keep the lights on. You keep the channel going. We have here 2 UHDs, not just one UHD. We have 2 UHDs. We have 2 Blu-ray discs as well. If you're not quite gotten to 4K yet, but it's going to be something you're going to be doing in the future, you are going to want to future-proof. The UHD number 1 is Thriller, the uncut festival version, running at 108 minutes. They have the Color 1 original English language version of the film that ran at 90 minutes long. You will get both of those actually on Blu-ray disc as well, and also including special features. Man v Film, we got to talk, man. Actually, in a good way. So I got to reach out to you. Have some ideas, man. I have more time. I have more ideas. So what I'm going to be doing, my better half said, Aaron, you got to do this. This is something that you're going to have to do as the channel goes forward. So what I will be doing, guys, is not only will I be experimenting with formats and styles and live and pre-tape videos. I have a guy, it's a very nice guy, but he keeps telling me that I need to do less live videos and more pre-tapes because the money is in the pre-tape. Now the thing is, one thing I've learned from being on here is that I love doing pre-tape videos, but live is my forte. So it helps out. As I say, I have a special skill set. But yeah, I did 12 pre-tape videos between this channel and my Patreon channel in the last 2 weeks. So I think I think I'm on track for doing some good stuff either way. Last night I made a video. Actually, I made 2 videos. I made an hour-and-a-half long video on my Patreon. That was a live stream, and I made an hour-and-a-half long live stream right here on my regular channel. Hey, Dave, welcome, man. We'll go one by one at the things that are here. We'll break things down. Just so you know, there is no free shipping tier when it comes to a sale for Vinegar Syndrome. That being said, their shipping prices are actually really, really good. And once you go in, you make an initial order. For instance, if you've already made an order, if you are a subscriber, then you're probably going to get a free shipping tier anyway, because that's the way it goes for subscribers. If you are somebody that pre-ordered some titles before the sale started, let's say you pre-ordered the 4Ks or the whole bundle, and you got the free shipping. So all you have to do is, when you go in to do your sale items, is when you buy your stuff, you just click that little amazing thing that's called Add to Existing Order. When you do that, you're not paying for extra shipping. I have made the mistake in the past of not doing that and paying more for extra shipping. And I've had them actually tell me about it and not charge me for the shipping once. So good on Vinegar Syndrome for that. I got to say, I really do appreciate, really truly appreciate that. This is going to go pretty fast, I think. We're going to see this go down tremendously fast. The Thriller Cruel Picture it's a cult classic. It's something that a lot of people have been wanting to see out on with a great release, and you know what? It's getting it. Last night's videos, unfortunately, I got demonetized again, like I always do. So that's the thing, guys. That's the thing about YouTube. And but the Ryan Disconnected has a fantastic channel, by the way. So does Man v Film. Great channels, and great YouTubers on here. So make sure that you're checking these people out. They do the Lord's work, and I am super stoked on this film right here. So I definitely recommend this. I recommend this one in your card if you like this style of film. It's a good one to put in the card. There's one a Vinegar Syndrome family title. It's a family title. Severin has their Severin Kids line. Vinegar Syndrome doesn't need to have a kids line, but if they did, if he had like a family line, this film would be on it. Cloak and Dagger with Henry Thomas, yes, and not just Henry Thomas, but it has Jack Flack in it, and Jack Flack is played by the great Dabney Coleman. This is directed by the late Richard Franklin, who, yeah, every time you see a Richard Franklin, movie, you know it's going to be good. Psycho 2, this right here, Patrick, so many good Road Games, so many good Richard Franklin films. Cloak and Dagger is a really, really cool little film. If you've never seen it, I got to recommend this one. Especially if you say, I want to get a Vinegar Syndrome movie, one that's going to be kind of cool, a bit more mainstream. It's going to be something that the whole family can watch. Well, you got it here. This is it. If you don't like some of the weirder stuff the Vinegar Syndrome puts out, then that's okay, because this here is along the not so weird stuff. I can honestly recommend it. We got a lot of cool features on here. Commentary tracks. You got a brand new extended making of on here. Interview with actor Henry Thomas. Archival interview, of course, archival with Richard Franklin. Rest in peace, man. Cloak and Dagger, the Atari arcade game mini documentary, focuses on the Atari game. 40-page perfect bound booklet. Indy, thank you so much. I mentioned that yesterday, and you know what? Thank you. George actually texted me like last night, and I was almost asleep. So I apologize, George, for not getting back to you yet. It's not actually. I think it's kind of growing on me too, Eddie. So for those that don't know, yesterday was the first full day I had as a married man. I am married. We made it all legal and stuff. I got a couple congratulations and a lot of silence. I'm not gonna lie, but thank you, Indy. Thank you, George. But I thank you for the people that reached out and congratulated me. I was very excited, and I thank you for that. Like, I really appreciate it. It's something that means a lot to me. Thank you, Eddie, man. But this, I know. I mean, when I first saw this cover, I was like, oh my god, I totally hate this cover. What did they do with Cloak and Dagger? But the more that I look at it, it's like I've grown accustomed to its face. I really have. Like, this is one that I definitely really dig. Like, one, it's a fantastic film. If you've never seen Cloak and Dagger, you're in for a treat when you watch this movie. If you've ordered this movie and you've never seen it, it's fun. This is a really fun film. It's an action film. It's cool. There's a lot of greatness to this film. I grew up with this. I saw this. This is my childhood film. This one, The Goonies, all this type of things. Those are the ones that I watched. But let's get to one that everybody's going to be super stoked about, and that's Miami Connection. Oh my God, guys. A 4K edition of Miami Connection. Did you ever think that would happen? That you would get to hear the beautiful sounds of dragon sound in 4K. Because 4K is not just picture, my friends. 4K is audio as well. So if you got a nice surround sound system, you got a Dolby Atmos, congratulations, you got more money than me if you do. But if you have at least a decent surround sound, then what you're going to hear is the amazing singing from Miami Connection as well in its 4K high-def quality. So you got to love that. The cover on here is more of the standard of what you'd see. Cloak and Dagger was screened at your school. Did you do a safe grad? Indy, man. I did a safe grad. Not only that, but our school had the first safe grad in my province. And because of that, the RCMP officer that was like running our safe grad was retiring right afterwards. And due to that fact, for those that don't know, what that means is rather than going out and getting plastered or going out to whatever, nefarious thing you want to do after graduation, what you would do most of the time is you'd either pick a place to go or you'd be in your gym and you'd have a whole bunch of activities and things go on, and you'd have what would some people, hey there, River, welcome, we'll call it dry grad, and basically no alcohol was involved. So because of the way that it was done, and because we just clicked at the right time, we had like Hostess sponsored us, and we had a bunch of we had a soft drink company sponsoring us, and Air Canada gave us free airline tickets. It was a cool thing. It was actually really cool. Safe grad, I recommend it. It is such a crazy experience. Miami Connection is one of those movies, when you see it, you don't forget it. It's a film that is so badly done that you're like, oh, you know what? I don't know if I can recommend this, but you do have to, because it is, you know what, it is so insane. It's good. It's crazy. And look at this cover. Oh my God, the work, and they just really pimped out this cover. They pimped the hell out of the Memory Connection cover right here. Feature-wise on here, there is a ton of stuff, including a brand new, extensive, and exclusive making of documentary, which I'm always excited about those type of things. We have some stuff that was on other releases as well, but the documentary and having it in 4K is going to be a big deal. First safe grad in New Brunswick, really? Food activities, amazing movie marathon. One of the things we did, we had a kind of a weird karaoke thing where you would put on a here's showing my age, guys. You would get a Walkman, which is what you put tapes in, which was what you listened to music to back in the day. And you would put it over your head, you put the Walkman on blast, and you would sing along to the song. That was a weird way to do karaoke. But here's the thing, the reason that it works, because when you're singing along, unless you're an amazingly great singer, you're going to be totally off key. So it's all in the performance, and people voted on it too. We got to one girl though. She'd been kind of a quiet girl, never had sang or anything like that before. I used to have a crush on her, actually. She started to sing, and she sang like a freaking angel. It was amazing. But definitely a recommendation on these three. These three 4Ks, if you're a 4K person, there is something here for everybody. You want one for the family, you got yourself Cloak and Dagger. Did we graduate the same year? Oh, Indy. Class 89. Right here, man. I am class of 89 too. If you ever come my area, man, we got to chat. Whichever area that is at the time. The Walkman. Remember the Walkman? Then they had the Sony Discman, which didn't work quite as well as the Walkman because it was like a CD, and like you're going down the road, and the friggin' thing skips, and you're scratching your damn CDs off. But the Sony Walkman, that was cool before the Discman came about. Yeah, you got something here for everybody. You have Thriller, which is the epitome of the exploitation, revenge genre. This, you got it right here. One of the greats, one of the most wanted in 4K. You got a family film here, an action family one, which is a really cool little film with great actors like Henry Thomas, William Forsythe, and Dabney Coleman. You have the movie that you can sit back with your friends and kind of MST3K. You can riff it yourself and just enjoy the hell of it, and that is Miami Connection. Hey, man. Saw something the other day and instantly ordered Delta Space Mission, Girlfriend from Hell, The Unknown Man from Shandagore, and the movie that got me astray. Yeah, right. 7246. Oh, that is so cool. I think I've seen Delta Space Mission. I'm not quite sure I've seen Girlfriend from Hell. It also explains some things, man. It also explains some of our tastes in films. We both grew up in the VHS slasher era. Which does leave an imprint on you. For those that are not old enough to know, me and Indy would have grown up in the time when VHS came about, like pre-VHS. We would have seen CDs, capacitive enhanced discs, and laser discs if you were fancy and had the money for them. But because of that, we were around when there was a proliferation of films coming out. Everything was coming out all of a sudden because it was an exciting new time. People that grew up with with DVDs or Blu-rays, it was kind of established by then, so there was kind of a flow going. But in the early, thank you, Swift. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I'm trying my best. I am going to try to actually schedule things so you'll know ahead of time when I'm going to be doing a video. So especially for the live stuff. For the live stuff, I'm going to try and schedule certain days, like certain times if there's like a big announcement or something like today when the site is going down. So this is our last time look at the site before the site goes down. I'm going to be doing this. But if I can get at least like 1 or 2 live videos that I'm going to put out per week, and I will let you guys know way ahead of time I will be doing some pre-tape stuff. Once I get a pre-tape more of a schedule down, I'll let you guys know when pre-tapes are gonna drop ahead of time. Right now, because I worked a second job, it was a bit more haphazard. But this is my job right now, so I get to work on things. This morning I was thinking on like some pre-tape stuff I could do, and I was actually like downloading movie clips and stuff to just put a little bit of snaz into some of that stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you, Swift. Thank you so much. You are a member of the cool gang right now. You miss your mini disc. Oh, nice. Arrow's Wild Things 4K. Oh God, I would love to have that. I think Heath has that one. I gotta watch Heath from Serial Midnight. He did a video on the RoboCop, the series, and there's a big difference apparently between the Blu-ray and the DVD, and I need to know what that is. Star Channel, yes, for sure. Oh, yes. Do you remember, Indy? The sale is starting at 12:01 Bucket of Blood Eastern Standard Time, AM Friday. So now, that being said, when they say Friday, that means to me, Bucket of Blood, that means like Thursday night. That late Thursday night is what it is. They did give. There's one neat little clue. Let me grab my iPad. I'll be right back. And we'll look at the other ones because we're going to look into, we want to see what's getting low, because nowadays limited editions are not just excluded. You know, it's not just the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. No, limited editions right now also means partner labels. Things go out of stock extremely quickly. Here's one of the neat things. They have a the $25 gift certificate you can win, right? So that's the thing. People have been retweeting, sharing, all that type of stuff when their announcements come out in hopes to win that $25 sweet gift certificate. Probably the only way I'm going to be able to buy anything at this sale. There's another thing. There's another thing that's being given away. First show. Anybody remember Murder in Space? When that premiered, I remember that was a huge deal, Murder in Space. They are a 35 millimeter reel of film. A 35 millimeter reel of film. Why is that? Why is that coming? Why is that one of the special prizes? Well, they said once they go live, once it goes live and the sale starts, we will understand exactly why that's the case. I remember the Playboy contest. I actually, back in the day, remember Playboy Channel when there was like a channel? I had that. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Dustin, welcome, man. So a 35 millimeter reel of film is one of the prizes this time around, along with a $25 gift certificate. So that is, thank you so much, Swift, man. Thank you. We had like 2 ceremonies, but we said, we're making it. We're going official. So a while back, we went out. We just kind of quietly got a marriage license, and and on Thursday, Friday, we went and said, you know what? Let's just get this done. Antoine, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the donation, and have a fantastic day, George, man. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for the really sweet message on Facebook. I'm sorry I didn't get to respond back to you, but I literally my eyes were falling asleep when I got your message. But yeah, so there is a 35 millimeter reel of film that's being given out. It's a clue, actually, to one of the releases that we don't know. So think about it. Let that gestate for a second while I go grab my iPad. Why the 35 millimeter roll of film? Does that make you think of anything when it comes to a possible release? Does that make you think? Does that like click any bells in people's heads when it comes to, okay, that's what it's probably going to be? As I go to do this, there's one thing I must say, as I always say when it comes to this here. If you're watching this right now and you are enjoying this, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. There's a Patreon down below. There is a donation thing if you want to do that and be a cool kid like Swift and Antoine, and I will be right back. I'm not going anywhere, just over there. It has been months, Jesse, but you're finally here, so welcome. So to read out the latest Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday announcement that they put out, maybe this will give you some clues in what it is that's coming up. Let's get my radio voice on, right? ASMR video, by the way. Here we go. Before you get into the meat of this halfway to Black Friday newsletter, point your web browser or app to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram accounts and share reply to this latest posting for a chance to win $25 gift certificate to the upcoming sale, with one lucky winner receiving an ultra collectible reel of 35mm motion picture film. This will make more sense next Friday. We'll pick some random winners early next week. Please note, when contacting winners, we will never ask you to click on a link. Please be wary of scammers impersonating our social media accounts. That happens a lot now, guys, so please, please, please be aware of that. That is a thing. It happens more so than you know. Companies that I've worked for have had that problem where people have scammed potential customers out of a lot of money. I used to work at a bank, and I'm unfortunately very aware of the whole fraud department. Our site will go into sale prep maintenance mode on Monday morning. So this is why this video is happening right now, by the way, guys. If you feel the urge brewing, this weekend will be your last chance to place an order before the sale. Low stock items will disappear in minutes, sometimes seconds. So if there's something you know that you need that's running on short supply, it might be worth it the risk to wait. Also, especially discounted pre-order pricing on Thriller, Miami Connection, and Cloak and Dagger ends Monday morning. So, hey there, before working, man. Yo, Dennis. The thing is this. These prices right now, Thriller, Cloak and Dagger, Miami Connection, these are pre-order sale prices. So these are not going to be lower or the same price once the sale hits. Like, these are probably, more than likely going up in price once the sale hits. These prices here right now. I put on the American pricing of it for my American ones. Which ones are low stock items? We are definitely going to go through that, Dennis, today. So if you stick around, I promise we'll go through the ones there. There's a title in the partner labels that when I looked at it last night, Dennis, was down to 75. Now that, as you know, that's an extremely low one. So we'll dive. I'll show you that one right away so that you know, in case it's one that you wanted to get. They Look Like People from Yellowvale, Dennis, is down to 39. So if this is one you want, and I gotta say, the slipcover, is freaking gorgeous on this one right here. It is down to 39. So will this make the sale? Probably not. Actually, this is probably going to sell out tonight or tomorrow. So if this is one that you're wanting to check out, the slipcase, I love that. Thriller's doing that. I do. No, Dustin up there. Thanks to Dustin, I have those coming. I have Thriller, Cloak and Dagger, and Miami Connection coming, which I could not have afforded to get because my better half, my wifey, is going to be going to Morocco to visit her family and go to a wedding on the 30th of this month. So when I say you see the little donation thing down below, that's the only way I'm getting anything this time around. So, luckily, Dustin ordered me those because of that, I will be able to review those and I'll be able to show them here on the channel. And if you don't think like I appreciate stuff like that, I appreciate it more than you can even begin to imagine. Also, the reason I'm going to be able to watch Anaconda next week when I get time to breathe. But I wanted to let you guys know that one right away before we went on reading anything else. They Look Like People. Let's hit it again just to be sure where's that. 39. It's down to 39. So if you want to get the Yellowvale one with the slip on it, there's only 39 of them left. This is probably going to go today or tomorrow. The more people realize, because eventually they're going to look at it, they're going to tweet it out. It's not just people that like this movie. Here's the problem. Resellers are going to be looking at this. The people that flip are going to be looking at this and saying, oh, that's going out of stock. I got to grab that. They look like people, what they live to would be with a schizophrenic lead. That does sound awesome, actually. Because They Live is an amazing film. Let me grab something. Let me grab something that's very important to me. One of the key things to making these videos, by the way, guys, and to do this in the way that I do it, in the quantity and the quality that I do it, staying caffeinated. Staying caffeinated is a hugely important thing. One of the most underrated horror indie films of the 2010s. So there you go, guys. We got a... Hey, stuck here somewhere? We got... That in the blue hell. We got a big shout out to that film, and it is low. So you guys heard it here first. You heard it here on Patreon first. You heard it here last night. But we are going through all these titles to check them out. The handy vinegar syndrome checklist will remain online even when the site is gone down in maintenance mode. No bubbly today. Yeah, it has been a while since you watched Jesse. No, my better half is a huge bubbly fan now, though, Jesse. She has the pineapple bubbly. Hey, Cinema Dave, welcome, dude. It is so nice to see you here. Cinema Dave has a really cool, and it's a really kind of chill TikTok as well. I actually dig his TikTok a lot. I look forward to it. He also has a great channel. And, dude, again, there's some people I've got to reach out to. There's some things I want to do. I'm doing a series called What Scares You. I had Heath on. I'm going to be having Brian on. It's just like a short, like 10 to 12 minute little thing that we do, pre-tapes, where you talk with your, the horror film for you. So I'm hoping to get, if they agree, I want to get mid-level media. I want to get like Cinema Dave on here. There's a few people that I definitely want to get to do this in the first year of Disconnected. We spoke about it, Ryan. I'm trying to limit it this year to a certain amount. FOMO is it is a real thing. For those that just came in, like the Yellow Veil movie is down to 30. What's it, 30? Is it 38 or 35? Something like... It blows my mind. Because once a title starts going down there is no going back up. If you haven't watched yet, GK, Cinema Dave, 1,000,000%. I think you'd be fun for that. 39's left right now. Let's just say, we'll refresh it. 39 left, and they look like people. That's going to go fast. That's not going to make it to the sale. Now, I'll be honest. I saw like Dead Meat, and he does it, and he did like a kind of a like what's your favorite scary movie, favorite franchise, on his channel with wrestlers. I said I want to do something kind of similar, but with my own take on it, but use like YouTubers and podcasters, and give our kind of just dive into like behind the scenes on our what makes us what scares us. I'm also doing a series, by the way, called Saturday Morning Memories, where I get like podcasters and YouTubers talking about their favorite Saturday morning show, something that they grew up with, that they remember, that's kind of near and dear to their heart. Maybe they collected it afterwards. Maybe they end up getting like action figures or something that they remember watching with a big bowl of sugary cereal. So that's the other one that is going to be coming through. I'm going to be trying to, and I'll let you know this, Dave, because I want to get you for that one too. What I'll be doing is, a lot of times, I'll be filming both of those at the same time. So I'll pre-tape them, I'll put them in a file folder, and then they'll be eventually released. And I'll let the people that I'm filming, let them know ahead of time, so they can keep an eye out for it, and let their loved ones see their scary and Saturday morning memories. All right, so let's finish this here reading. A dramatic reading of the Vinegar Syndrome email. Okay, the Vinegar Syndrome checklist will still be online, so you can always go in to check the Vinegar Syndrome checklist if there are things that you're hoping to get. As you know, once the sale goes live, Thriller, Miami Connection, Cloak and Dagger, Horror High plus Stanley, because Horror High plus Stanley, yep, the drive-in collection has morphed into a Blu-ray series now. I'm much looking forward to that, much in the line of what they did to Peakorama. I hope it's tears of joy. Just like it's tears of joy. If you haven't been on there in a while, Jesse, this was my side hustle. This is my main thing right now. This is what I do. So I'm putting a lot of work into this going forward, and we'll see how it goes, right? Plus a fresh pair of VSAs, which we are going to talk about because I don't know how I feel about the VSAs right now. And a trio of catalog slips, including our second box set, will be unveiled. So they did the first box set, which was the Rudy Ray Moore films. That was kind of rumored to be coming out for a long time, but now there's a second box set coming out. Of course, this is not a box set of new films. This is a box set of films that they previously had out. So you had to think of ones that could go together and make a box set. Many people think this is going to be the first adult-oriented box set when we're going to have the Taboo series get a box. If it does, and you're into the adult stuff, it's going to be a great box set. I've also heard people say Gemma Faneka, who did the Penitentiary films, and he has other films on Vinegar Syndrome here as well. So that is a possibility as well. So there's a couple different possibilities that we could have, or it could be something. It doesn't have to be like a series. It doesn't have to be it could be themed in a different way. There could be eventually be a slasher set. It could be like kind of a horror set. They could go in a long time about that. That's once I get to Morocco, that's hopefully the deal. The first year, Jesse, it's like learning French, learn at least passable, speakable French, which it's definitely gonna help out when I teach. I'll also be teaching English over there as well. Room Glounder Junior box set, I would love. That's the one I want. I don't know. That'd be too tempting, man. It's just that Glounder Juniors are so new, and they have slips that I'm not quite sure if that's the one I initially thought. But the more I think about it, the more that these are legacy things, and legacy does tend to lean towards, at least at this point still, things that have not gotten any slip covers or anything like that yet. So this would be a great way to collect those Taboo films, or collect the I'm totally butchering the same way, Jamal Fanaka films, or maybe a blaxploitation, something along that. A great way to collect and make people want to go out and look at some of the earlier releases. Because one of the big things about Vinegar Syndrome is right now, one of the most genius things that they ever did was legacy slipcovers. Once slipcovers became a thing for them, and it did become a thing for them, is that you got these movies that may not have been selling so well that people aren't looking back at because they're looking at all the new shiny stuff that's coming out. But all of a sudden you got legacy slips that is putting a spotlight on films that may have otherwise been forgotten and relegated to the dustbins of time. Huge fan of the VSAs. I would love to buy all the posters, even for some of the ones I didn't pick up. My issue, Indy, and I want your thoughts on this, is that for the VSAs right now, it looks like I love when they're doing a combination. But I don't see so much horror going to the VSAs right now. I see a lot more action, and that was okay. You want to get see? I think you should get it, Jesse. Even though I may not be a big fan but 2 and 3 are eventually, it's been started. So obviously, I want people to be able to finish it. And here's the thing too. Just because the first box set I wasn't big on, there actually could be things in the second or third box set that I might like. As long as you know, no, get away from the animal stuff, I'm good. Hobgoblins, definitely. Yeah, Hobgoblins for sure, I think, Brian, is going to be one of those catalog slips. Yeah, my thoughts on the VSAs is they've gotten into, and let's go to them. Let's go to the VSAs. Let's look at them. I'll show you what I mean, what my issue is right now. Wolfpack, cool, but Talons of the Eagle, Fortress of America, TC 2000, there's a barrel, there's a bottom, Fortress America. Although I'm glad that got a good release because I think it definitely has its fan base. I don't think Trauma-esque stuff should be going to VSAs. I think if you wanted to do some stuff in VSAs, give me some more Empire Picture stuff. Give me some other, give me some Full Moon stuff. Deadly Spawn would be amazing. For those that don't know, Deadly Spawn was one of those like cult, like low budget like hits that became a huge thing on VHS back in the day. It came in this like oversized box. I have heard rumors, Indy, that the VSAs especially going forward, and it's just rumors, are going to lean heavily into these low budget actioneers. Which is not a bad thing. I just think that if you're going to do Fortress of America, it's not a VSA title. It's a regular Vinegar Syndrome title. Like some of these here could have been done as regular Vinegar Syndrome titles because I don't think they'd sell otherwise. Definitely not sell as well. So there's things I get it, like to do it, but Fortress of America is a Trauma film. Trauma has already got a fan base like built in, right? So with that being said, this would make much more sense to just do a regular one. Don't take a VSA slot up for Fortress of America because you don't need it. It's and it just doesn't fit. John O'Brien, there you go, Jesse. That would be a cool VSA. Both of them, we need a double feature. Alley Cat, yeah. Again, I totally agree. As Brian knows, this is one of my favorites. Alley Cat was a great VSA. And that's what I want to see with the VSAs. When Indy says more fan of the obscure action exploitation stuff, me too. But that's what I want to see. I want to see things like Alley Cat. I want to see things like Grave Secrets. Maybe not so much Champagne and Bullets, but things like Action USA, House of Usher, Necromancer, Spellcaster, Vice Academy 1 to 3. I'll say Vice Academy 1 to 3. Hell yeah. Shower scene. Gotta love the shower scene, man. Although it caused a bit of controversy because they said, well, it's framed wrong. You're supposed to see more nudity. And I was like, do you really? Did you watch, have they watched Alley Cat? Is there not enough nudity in that movie for them? Oh my God. You think you have the Deadly Spawn. Isn't it kind of weird? So if Deadly Spawn comes out from Vinegar Syndrome with a really cool release, now this will be like the second, I guess, Synapse-esque title that Vinegar Syndrome has improved on. So we'll have that'll be interesting, man. Initially, what I'd heard was that it was films that were kind of got lost. Hey, K-Dog, welcome, man. In the video section, so it didn't have to be something that was just shot on video. Indeed, it basically had to be kind of like one of those movies that would have not been a bigger movie, but would have been something that you'd seen at your local video shop, maybe picked up. And that's why some things make sense. Grave Secrets, the poster for the Grave Secrets, this one right here, This was up in like 2 or 3 of my video stores for the longest period of time. I remember seeing a post for TC 2000 at one of my video stores. Not a great movie, but it's an okay movie. It's an okay film. So that totally makes sense. Things like The Grave, which looks really cool. Action I do want, and I'm glad it's out there. I'm not quite sure, if it fits in what initially. So for me, when I see VSA, I'm thinking like, why don't you get more Empire Pictures? Why don't you get more Cynthia Rothrock stuff? Why don't you do more of the kind of the stuff that we really saw on the on the video shelves? I'm not sure about anybody else. Hey, well, it's a really long weekend for me, man. I just got laid off. So there you go. But happy May 24. That's what we call it here in Atlantic Canada. Well, in Newfoundland, May 24 weekend had a different designation. So basically, it was the 24th of May, and it also was a bit of the it was a drinking weekend. What's their number one VSA? AME, welcome, Eric, man. Definitely go for more Cynthia Roth. And here's the key part, and I think Eric's going to agree with me on this. Go for Cynthia Rothrock, where she's the star of the film. Oh, The Grave looks like a great film. I'm just not sure if I'd VSA it. I would have gave it a regular release, but that's just me, man. Grave's the best VSA. Are you sure? Is it better than Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, man? V-film. Yeah. Do you think it can be better than Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death? What kind of accent is that? That's a weird accent. I'm not sure what that was. But yeah, as far as what's in stock right now, guys, Alley Cat is getting down there. There are 596 copies of Alley Cat left. If you don't have this one, you're going to regret not getting this one. It is a cool film. Thank you, Mr. Evil. I love your name, by the way. Got 3 different people who work for Vinegar Syndrome. What a Vinegar Syndrome VSA title is, you will get 3 different explanations. So true. And that is both good and it can be problematic, depending on who is running the VSA line. If there's different people that are doing the acquisitions of it, or if it has kind of a one-head guy that's like pretty much decides at the end of the day which goes for a VSA and which goes for a regular. Be interesting to get that figured out, because I've heard in interviews, like when people they've asked about, okay, what's the VSA, and the answer is always different. She's really good, actually. She's definitely the one that stands out. I want to say make sure there's no nudity on this. Let's get a picture of her. She does an amazing job. Thank you so much, Swift. Oh, wow. Thank you. Oh, my God. We got a platinum level donation there right now from Swift, and truly appreciate it. Oh, my God. Now, VSAs typically have less features than a regular Vinegar Syndrome release. The feature that your the most important feature is the poster and the booklet type of thing. So that's like the big feature when it comes to better. So you'll notice when you go through there that there won't be overloaded with features. Like some of them have okay features on there. It'll go like this. So when you go to Alley Cat, for instance, and it really depends on the film. There's like but the features will be decent. Like they do good with the features. Walking the Alley, an interview with co-director Al Valletta. We have a interview with actor Robert Torti from the film there as well. And that'll be like a poster, stuff like that. So regularly, that's what you get. Like sometimes they're kind of featureless, but they're usually like decent films. I think like Fortress of America would have probably a bit more because it is a trauma release, so there would be stuff that you'd actually probably no, not actually. We got like 3 interviews on here. Is there? You know what? I don't think I knew that. Is there really okay, I gotta ask you. Is there a 4, 5, and 6 like Tiger Claws out there? What I do want a 4, 5, and 6 of, and some people that curse me for this, is I'm gonna say it right now. They're out of stock. They're out of print. Vice Academy 1 to 3. I enjoyed these. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't. I like Rick Sloan's stuff. But I want 4, 5, and 6. Like, don't stick me with just the first 3. I want the other 3. As Fat Samurai guy would say, don't like blue bomb me with those. Let's get extra stuff there. Wolfpack is something I'm excited to see. Talons of the Eagle, like I've seen this in video stores, and I did rent it because I so remember this cover. Now here's the thing. Here's the key part of it. My better half loves these movies, like so. It's just as well, like, I can shut the hell up when it comes to this. Like, I'm not sure if this should be a Vinegar Syndrome. It's like, why not? They do well. Action movies sell well for them. Obviously, something that does well. When they do releases like this, guys, this enables them to do bigger releases. Hey, Kamala Joe, welcome. In Thailand. You do, don't you? I would love to go to Thailand, actually. I love to visit there. Dr. Chuck's Dungeon of Boredom. We dug it. I watch with my better half, though. Anything I watch with my better half, I enjoy. Like, we'll have a blast with, because we'll have fun with it. She liked it. She thought, oh, yeah, this is... It because I guess Man v Film, it leaned into what it was, right? You get films there that'll be bad. $7 for a 4K disc. Oh, I need to visit Thailand, Joe. I need to visit Thailand. I have a friend. A friend of my better half. He visits like Thailand and goes over to Japan, China, places like that a lot, right? And he came back with like this killer like library of films. Big Argento fan. Got a lot of the Argento stuff over there. I know, like over in Italy and over in other areas, like there's no English version of it yet. But Dark Glasses, the new Argento film, is already like people have already seen it and like actually own like Italian copies of it as well. So that's also a big thing. And that's the thing with some of these. It is. That's the cool part. It is so. You're not the only person who likes it, Jesse, obviously. Because Brian and my better half and me, to an extent, I'll enjoy the hell out of this film. It's basically, for those that have not seen this, it's out of stock right now. If it ever comes back again, just check it out, because this is what this is. You got a guy that is like an overactor to the nth degree, and I mean that in the most positive, complimentary that I can say, because he leans into it, man. He says, I'm monologuing the hell out of this movie. And a local karate club, and the two get together, and it becomes a thing. If there was one disappointment that I had with Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death, it was one thing and one thing only. I am a little on the sleazier side when it comes to my films. I was a bit more disappointed when there was nudity on the cover and there was none in the film itself. That bothered me a little tiny bit, because I am a 15-year-old in a 51-year-old's body. People in the West pay way too much for a 4K disc. You're not wrong, man. We do. But we gladly pay, because we still want those, the great picture and amazing audio. You guys are just so lucky to get them over there for such great prices. The other thing is that throughout this year, we'll have right now we got the third VSU coming out. Vinegar Syndrome Ultra. I love these. The first one's Beastmaster, which I gladly got. I got 6-string Samurai. I was iffy on it, but I got it. I enjoy it for what it is. It's not the quality of the Beastmaster. And now we're getting Cloak and Dagger, which is definitely high quality, like in demand film. It's such a weird thing when you think about it. It's like Sesame Street, right? If any of you guys like grew up on Sesame Street, they'd have like these pictures come up on screen, and they'd have like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not the same. Can you, boys and girls, can you see can you see the outlier? Can you see the one that is not like the other in this Vinegar Syndrome Ultra release? Is it 6-string Samurai? Are there more Andy Warhol flicks that Vinegar Syndrome owns? I don't think so, not that I know of. As far as I know, they made a deal, Jesse, for Frankenstein, and they made a deal for Dracula. Dracula, it was a co-deal between Vinegar Syndrome, which was the leader on that deal, and they brought in Severin into the mix because David Gregory was a huge fan of I don't want to say Andy Warhol's actually going to make the director mad at me of the Dracula film. So they let Severin do that one. Hey, Dave, welcome, man. And it's not just my channel, just so you know. And Vinegar Syndrome did Flesh for Frankenstein. So it gave us a chance to get two classic, like, art crazy ass films with Udo Kier at the halfway to Black Friday and the Black Friday sale. Initially, like, they weren't supposed to announce Flesh for Frankenstein was coming out. However, another company said they were putting it out and they didn't have the rights to it. So it forced the hand of Vinegar Syndrome to announce that they were putting up Flesh for Frankenstein ahead of time. A few people like me and other people on YouTube had guessed and that Flesh for Frankenstein was coming from Vinegar Syndrome. Just, still and the behind the scenes stuff that we can't talk about on here. Because unlike some people, if I find out something ahead of time, and it does happen, it happens to I'm sure Brian Goes Blue. I'm sure people like Eric, a movie enthusiast, Man v Film. It's just a thing. Like we talk to some people, we find some things, and we keep our mouth shut until there's an official announcement. Then we'll go on and we'll talk about it a bit more. There are certain titles that I knew were coming out like ahead of time, just because I knew some people that were other people that were working on them, that I'd heard things, and it's the thing that happens. And if you're you're a responsible YouTuber and you find something like that out, you keep quiet and you come out. I didn't want to out them, Jay. I was trying to be nice, man. And you don't say things ahead of time, because it does, and it hurts for me. It would hurt my brand, and the potential, like, because I don't work with Vinegar Syndrome, I don't work with Severin. Those are just two companies that happen to put out a lot of movies that I tend to know a lot about, and two that I really enjoy. So the potential to work with them in the future, something that I would like to do, whether it be like through this, or if they ever put out a film that's in my wheelhouse and I was able to work on any features, that type of thing, that you don't want to burn bridges when it comes to that. So that's my thoughts on that. But as far as I know, there is no trash in the works as of yet, but things may have changed. I would 100% like to see trash come out on 4K. I want to put that next to Frankenstein and Dracula. It's just in that vein, right? But yeah, we have that, and of course the other sub-label that we have so far right now is let's do this right, that I can talk about on this channel, is the VSPs. These, I think, have been stellar. I wasn't sold on these right away, but Censor came out, was the first VSP. New York Ninja came out, And now the Scary of 61st, which I hear so much great stuff about. Oh my God. Michael Keane popped in last night. Exactly, Brian. There's the thing, right? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes just a teaser photo. Sometimes you can tell through, like if you're going on and they're putting in clues, like for you to guess, that's different. Like if you got like a teaser photo, or they got like clues for what the titles could be, and you're throwing out your guesses there, because at the end of the day, it's just a guess. When they did their first box set, which was the Angel, I think it was the first box set, was the Angel collection, and they said like the the clue. You guys know, if you're watching my channel for a while, you know. I think Brian, you were there at the time. I said that's the Angel series, just because I knew them. They don't normally like really get much of a discount on the staff picks, but we do get some discounts usually at Gentry on the staff picks as well, just not at the 50% range. No, I think you're right actually, Jesse. I think there were at one point teasing some Eurocrime. It hasn't come out yet, so obviously the world kind of went on fire for Jesse. So maybe that's the reason that we haven't seen that yet. Dasha, she directed it. Who's Dasha? Oh, the Scary of 61st. Let's see. I want to see who Indy's great love is right now. We're gonna look. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, exactly. James Hahn getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hell yeah, Thursday. 93 years old. Let's be honest. Dude should have had this around 40 years ago. Incredible actor. Does such great stuff. You gotta love that. Like that's definitely gonna be a huge thing. I love that the fact it's got a mirror cover. Is that a silly thing, right? Like I just kind of dig it. I gotta check out her stuff. Let me know some of the stuff she's in, man. I watch a lot of Tubi, guys. Especially now because my movies are all packed up. So if I don't get to Morocco this year, for instance, and it ends up like my stuff still probably will. So I'm gonna have to watch a lot of streaming, unfortunately, in the near future, because all my movies will be over there. All my Criterion's already over there. I got a few thousand going over actually during this trip. Hopefully, too. Hopefully they get across okay. Exploitation flicks. Yeah, Intrepidos Punks. Yeah, supposed to be coming out. I'm not quite sure because New York Ninja. Maybe what was the print run? I'm guessing the print run's probably pretty high on it. That might be the reason. Still, it's an awesome film. Isn't that an awesome film? Does it say the print run? But I'm guessing it's probably a fairly high print run. That's probably why they wanted to make sure that enough people could get it, I guess. But over 1,000. So once it goes though, once this goes, that's the thing. Once you see something dipping under, so let's do that right now. I promised you guys it. I'm going to do it. I did not forget. Anything Brian Cox in, I would definitely watch. Succession. Well, I've heard great things about Succession, so we'll definitely be looking at that one. For those that don't know, by the way, one thing I will say is it looks like I'm going to be doing some Twitch streaming, and even if you're not into gaming, I will be talking about movies on my Twitch stream. So look forward to that and checking it out. I'll do some Twitch streaming. I'll do some gaming live streaming here. That crazy game that I want to play, that physics-based game. God, what's the name of it? With those, it's almost like with a bunch of little creatures running. It used to be popular for a while. Somebody here will know what it is. it's going free to play on the Xbox, I think Series S and X, and the Nintendo Switch in the near future. So I'm definitely going to look at that game. Kino Cult. I have not checked that out. I do have a VPN just in case it's American based only, but I will check it out, man. All the Franco Roland and Pete Walker flicks. I do have all the Pete Walker flicks, but unfortunately I don't have them here. That's the thing. But all the Franco, you mean, like, that's a lot of Franco, Jesse. That's like, you know, he did a lot of movies, man. Fall Guys, thank you, Gentry. That's the one. So hope that's one of the games. You know, it may not be hip now to play, but screw hip. Like, I'm 51. Do I look like a guy that's hip? If I do, thank you. My God. But that's one of those I'm definitely going to check out. So let's dive into the to this here. I just got to send off a message to my better half really quickly. It's a blast. AC Fawcett, welcome, man. Like, it looks like my type. I played the hell out of Among Us. You know, remember the game? I still play it every once in a while, but I play it on my iPad. But spoiler alert, I looked into a newer system, which is coming up at a. So that's which is the reason I'm going to be able to expand a bit. So we're going to be able to look at some stuff. Sugar Cookies is still over 1,000. Why is this over 1,000? Sugar Cookies is a great movie. It's got Lynn Lowry and Mary Warnoff in it. I still don't get it, man. Maybe, Jesse, maybe it's a when you get it in your hands type of thing. But when you look at it here, you gotta admit, when you look at it on the we'll get to it. When you look at it on online, it doesn't have that feel of, like, you know, oh, there's a cover that I need. This has a feel of a cover that you need. This is a slip. This is a nice slip. Sweet, satisfying revenge. Lynn Lowry actually plays two characters in this movie, and I definitely recommend this. This is definitely prime Lynn Lowry. Nightmare Weekend is down to 482. This is another one, like Jesse mentioned there before, that looks much better in person than it does on here. It's much shinier, it's much cooler looking, and definitely it's a recommendation for me. Nightmare Weekend as a film has Dale Metcalf in it from Pet Sematary. It is batshit insane, but I just love these type of films. Sugar Cookies and Telephone Book are the most underappreciated and underrated titles in the Vinegar Cinema Library. Jesse, I would not disagree with you on that one there, actually. I still don't have Telephone Book. Eventually I will get that, though. Hangs Upon Nothing has been here literally, seems like forever right now. Etiquette Pictures was a sub-label that Vinegar Syndrome did. Almost every Etiquette Picture release, except for Hangs Upon Nothing, which is a really cool surfer film, is already out of print. And when Etiquette Pictures release go to print, they do not come back in. That label has been shut down. It is now at 689. Once this is gone, this is gone. So if there's something that you're waiting on and you just wait, say, I'll get it next time, eventually these things do go to stock. And unfortunately, you don't want to be looking on eBay later on to get scalper prices. Always do everything you can to avoid scalper prices. Severed Arm, we're going to look at it right now. This is what Jesse likes. Okay, so let's look. Let's bring it up. So we have here a pixelated man. He looks pretty angry. He kind of looks like G.I. Joe. Like, not the modern day G.I. Joe, but those 12-inch G.I. Joes. He kind of looks like a G.I. Joe. Or a Big Jim. And we have a somebody that has a badly damaged arm. A silhouette. And on the back of the cover, we have what only can be described as an abstract painting of what a hand should be, or what my hand is like, because my hand is messed up. For those that have been watching my channel, don't be embarrassed at all. Apparently, Jesse, from what I have heard, like, you are in the majority here, right? Because this one right here, once people get it in there, like, people, a lot of people like me, like, oh, I'm not quite sure on that. But once they get it in their hands, they're like, oh, this is really nice. So there you go. 5 victims cannot stop him, cannot escape the slashing fury, the sound of terror. Okay. One thing. Because this movie's really good, Bubba. I don't want unselling this movie. Buy this movie. This is a really good movie. And the inside artwork, by the way, on this film should have been the slipcover, because the inside artwork on this is friggin' fantastic. 5 victims cannot stop him. Well, I wouldn't think so. They're victims, so they're probably dead. Because if he's a killer, they're dead. I'm guessing no dead bodies cannot stop you unless they fall on you and you get stuck and the police come in the interim. So no, 5 victims definitely cannot stop you. That was that's a baffling statement. But that being said, guys, 886 left. It is a really good film. I don't have this one yet myself. I can't go to Not Victorians on my regular channel. It's an NSFY. This is a porny one, so we'll dive past that one. But it is all those go lower. Telephone Book K-Docs will be really, really good. China O'Brien would, like, totally make me I'm excited about China. I'll be super excited. China O'Brien, Lady Dragon too, Paul. Because did 2 of those too. 2 victims. We would have caught the killer if the dead victims would have got up afterwards and arrested him. But for some reason, their dead bodies didn't tend to do that. Not quite sure what happened. So we got The Perfect Strangers at 705. And don't be ridiculous and pick this up. If for those that are older like me, you're gonna know what Perfect Strangers is, and remember, like, not this, but remember the actual series that had Belky in it, which was a kind of a spin-off. Was it a spin-off of, or did it get the spin-off of another series? It was a spin-off of another series, right? I'm pretty sure Family Matters might have been a spin-off of Perfect Strangers. Don't quote me on that, though. For you must-see TV guys out there. The 11th Commandment, or the one that I still say is, like, this dude looks so much like Fisher Stevens that it distracts me from anything else in this one here. One of Larry Cohen's weakest movies. But even Larry Cohen at his weakest movies, still, I gotta say, I love Larry Cohen. And I agree with you, Jesse. The writing, the writing's gonna be good. Hey, Josephine! Currently in a B&B as my mom and I are searching for a new place to live. Good luck and at finding a new place. Hopefully the B&B is really nice. How many horror films? Oh my God, old school. I love your name, by the way. Way too many. So, just like kind of to drop it, like there's probably around, 1,000 or so movies in Morocco that right now, and there's probably a couple thousand that are going in the next 2 weeks, and there'll be about like another 3,000 or 4,000 or so going when I go there eventually. So way too many and still not enough. That's the best answer I can give you. Drop Dead Fred. That's a cool one to watch. That's the thing. You're in the Airbnb. You're looking for stuff. Don't let yourself stress too much, Josephine. Remember that it can be a stressy time, but let yourself enjoy. Read a book, watch some films, enjoy yourself. There you go. Read Bruce Campbell's book, Hail to the Chin. Gotta love that. Hail to the no chin, since I don't have a chin. I wish I did. Oh God. This is what I dig. I dig this film. Let me know if anybody else loves this movie. I remember seeing this back in the VHS days. Then I saw this and one of those, and really crappy quality, on one of those like 25, 50 movie stuff. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoy the videos, man. I do some pre-tape stuff as well, so not everything is live streamed along. But we'll be doing some some cool horror stuff. So if you're a horror fan, definitely this is the place to watch. Especially I'll be collabing with some other YouTubers where they'll be talking about their favorite scary films. And Heath from Serial at Midnight did the first one, and he talked about American Werewolf in London. That's just 11 minutes long. It's actually pretty cool. Creature or Trauma, better film. They're very different films. K-Dog, you're putting me in a hard spot, man. God. I love Creature, but I'm going to give it to Trauma just because I'm a Argento fan, and like most people, of my age that grew up with her, love with Ozzy Argento. Like, totally. I'm married now, but that Ozzy Argento tops the list of that, of every married couple that have that, that exception list. Hugh Jackman is at the top of my better half's exception list. I think Ozzy Argento is one of the tops of mine as well, actually. Drop Dead Fred. I'm very excited to see that sold well, because it's one of those movies that did. It was an odd title in that it did stuff that wasn't kiddie, but then it had stuff in it that seemed like it would be towards kids. It's a Buckaroo Banzai of a film, where it crosses over into so many different genres that it really makes it hard for a company to go out there and actually be able to promote it. So, do we have any more Valley Massacre fans? This is a cool little film. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. 780 are left on this. I do like the cover on this one, actually. An action-packed adventure. Can you now? Look at that. It's like an action-packed adventure. That I dig, right? Like, talking to the victims and saying, hey, how come you didn't stop your murder after he killed you? I don't know. Action-packed adventure? I'm down for that. I'm definitely down with that. This is a cool title too, man. Memorial Day, as it was called. So, ever noticed so many of these lower budget films have so many titles? Dug the hell out of that one. Definitely a recommendation on that one. Beastmaster. It's got a limited, even though the big box is gone, it does still have a limited edition one. So definitely recommendation. That Fade to Black's got to be getting low too. So 141. So if you have not yet picked up Fade to Black, go. There's a couple things I want to tell you right out of the gate. Fade to Black is an incredible film with Dennis Christopher, who probably gained most prominence in a movie called Breaking Away. Dennis Christopher also does really, really cool stuff, and including playing a serial killer in a long-running TV show called The Pretender. Not The Pretender, The Profiler. But this movie here is sometimes mistaken as a slasher film. This is not a slasher film. This is a thriller. There is a neat concept where the guy in this is so into and so divorced from reality that he dresses up like movie characters to kill people. First, it was just to scare somebody, really, but it went out of it went a bit higher. Female, she looks so much like Marilyn Monroe. It's insane. And she plays a Marilyn Monroe lookalike character in the film. You'll also see her if you ever pick up Alien from LA. She's in that movie as well. She does a really good role. And Alien from LA is really underrated. We'll get to that one. But 141. It's a nice slipcover. I was a subscriber at the time, so I got both of the slips. But this is the one that's left, and I'd recommend it. If you've never seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. Friday, get here already. I know. And after it gets here, K-Dog, you're going to be like, oh man, the sale's over. Can the time that is sending out my movies get here quickly enough? But yeah, strong recommendation for Fade to Black. If you don't have it, definitely get it. I'm going to recommend, since the High School Fantasies is an adult film done by James Bryan, who did Don't Go in the Woods Alone. And it's with Renee Bond. It's the James Bryan. If you like James Bryan, you're going to want it. We got this one down to $5.99. Satan's Blood. Love the cover on this one here. This is a a Carlos Potero movie. There is a cool little Spanish language documentary on here, which makes me excited. But the one thing that you want to have this one for right now is because it has those keywords that you want to see, and that is commentary track with film historians and authors Sam Deegan and Kat Ellinger. There's a great there's a great cast in that film. I love the ending to that movie. But yeah, some you might say, I won't say who, but guys, you're gonna see a pretty famous face pop up in Fade to Black. We got Cthulhu Mansion here, which is in 752. This is a Juan Picard-Simon film, which includes a documentary on Juan Picard-Simon, Simon's Jigsaw Trip to the Universe of Juan Picard-Simon. Nothing underneath. Dude, you preach to the choir with that one, man. I do love that film, by the way. One, I got to say, everybody should own. This is a bit, it's not like a newer done documentary. This is a bit rough, but still, it's a documentary. Juan Picard-Simon doesn't want that, right? I'm sure Dark Tower is still over 1,000 because people hate on this one. And I can't understand. I have to say, who has Dark Tower here? Anybody on this movie? Because right there, see, look. Jenny Agutter. The gorgeous Jenny Agutter. I do not care if she comes on screen, picks up a phone book, and starts reading it. I want any movie that has the extremely talented, extremely beautiful Jenny Agutter in it. I will accept no hate for Dark Tower because of the lovely Jenny Agutter. What do you think? Right. See, you got it on. You may not be your favorite, guys, but you must love the Jenny Agutter portion. It's had to move. There's some nudity up there, but Hitcher in the Dark, Josie Bissett. This is a title by Umberto Lenzi. So if you picked up, for instance, if you're a fan of things like Nightmare Beach, you're probably going to dig the hell out of this one here. Again, commentary by Sam Deegan and Kat Ellinger. Eddie, you're on my cool list right now. You're on my cool list. We got The Fear, which apparently only I like, but I did dig the hell out of this film. I don't mind. Morty, I dug Morty, okay? That has a good documentary on it, too. This one has a cool 50-minute making of documentary. I have to say, the production quality and the way that they do their documentaries are extremely well done. That was somebody, who isn't? Sybil Danning, man. Playing with fire, right? That's all I got to say, Kate. All right, Playing with fire. You know where I'm going. Forgotten Jali, Volume 3. New World Disorder. You're cool, man. You're really cool. Josie Bissett. Actually, she's in a couple movies on here. And Josie Bissett, of course, I guess for a lot of people, Jesse, she's probably best known for Melrose Place. Eddie, yes, another Fear fan. If only we could get the sequel with Mrs. Voorhees in it. I'm not joking. Betsy Palmer's is in the Fear too. So anybody that doesn't have this is going to sell a lot because people have been waiting to get this for this sale. If I'm correct, this was not available on the last sale. This is going to be its first time available on sale, along with Volume 4, which should also be available on sale. And Homegrown Horrors. People tend to run towards things that are limited edition and run towards things that are box sets because it's the biggest bang for your buck. Volume 3, I don't have Volume 4 yet. I've seen the films in it. But out of the first 3 volumes, I do think that Volume 3 is the strongest, though I do love them all. All American Murder, thank you, that's the one. So, should you pick up this? Yes. Oh my God. We got Autopsy in this one, Crazy Desires of a Murder in this one. I think so, right? And Murder Mansion. Yeah. So 3 really good films in here. I think Crazy Desires of Murder might just be the best in this one, because the more I watched that film, and I watched it more than once, the more I get out of it. Got Death Promise here. I know a lot of people are loving on Death Promise. Oh man, she's enough. She's enough, man. I like that Autopsy. I did. I mean, I wouldn't say like it's top. It's the top tier. Like for me, I know it's the most popular, Jesse, and probably the most well known one out of the 3 in Volume 3. But for me, it's the lesser one. I actually think that Crazy Desires of Murder and Murder Mansion are better than Autopsy. But Autopsy is good too. Just because of the pseudoscience thing that they use. One thing that I will say, like one place that I will give credit to Autopsy is right here. I'm a huge fan of Dario Argento. Every one of you guys here know that. But not Four Flies, but Cat. Oh my God! Come on, Cat Nine Tails. It took me a long time to warm up to that film because of the pseudoscience that was used in to explain the murders in The Cat of Nine Tails. However, I do think that it works in the way that Autopsy used it. I think Rush Week's still going to be at 1,000, so yeah, be safe with that. Six String Samurai, I'm pretty sure that's still up there, yeah. Grave Secrets, though, as we looked at, it's only got 335 left. So if this is a VSA 2 pickup, I dug it. I'm not sure. Did anybody else dig this one? For me, it was like I was finally getting. Look how cute she is, too, right? I was finally getting a movie that I'd seen, like the cover up and the poster to in my local video shop that was always rented out, so I could never ever rent it. So when I watched Grave Secrets, I was seeing it for the first time. Look what you got there, guys. Got some Paul Lamette. Cat of Nine Tails is one of those that has made its way up and grown on me over time. But initially, like Jesse, to be honest, that's one of the ones that, because of the reasoning, I didn't give enough credit. Like, the soundtrack's amazing for Autopsy. There's a reason it's got a vinyl, man. All American Murder, 858 left. Christopher Walken, Charlie Slater, Josie Bissett. Yeah, you can't go wrong. It's a great cast. I'm a huge Charlie Slater fan. I liked 18 again. And I'm going to say it, I'll lose credit for it. I'm going to lose some cred. I liked Ferris Bueller, the TV series. It was messed up. It definitely messed with my brain. He had way too much chemistry with Jennifer Aniston in that series. Oh my God. She played his sister, by the way. We got The Cellar here, 937 on that one. This is a cool little title. Definite recommendation on anything Kevin Tenney. I just like his stuff. Homegrown Horrors, Volume 1. A strong recommendation on this one right here. If you're a regional horror fan. Now, if you're not a regional horror fan, this may not be your bag, man. But if you like regional horror, there's some really great stuff here. Beyond Dream's Door. Definitely a really cool title. Winter Beast. I know that Jose Master Cass was really big on that one. And of course, we have Fatal Exam, which is a movie as well, which some people didn't like. I feel like that. See, I still need that, man. I still need All American Murder. Serve 2 is a film. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a big fan of Serve 2. Like, I watched it with my cuz. We enjoyed it for what it was, but there was one really brilliant scene where the two families are talking, and they're showing them and look at what looks to be a split screen, but you find out afterwards that it's not. Geniusly done. But there are some questionable choices in Surf 2. Like focusing on the wrong cast members, I think in a lot of cases. Televised Terror Volume 1 is here. We got Are You in the House Alone? I actually really like this one. This one is so, it's so famous that when it came time to write a book on TV horror, the book on TV horror was called Are You in the House Alone? We got Calendar Girl Murders with the beautiful Sharon Stone and the always cool, always like steady Tom Skerritt. But don't worry, I know what you're thinking. You didn't get enough Tom Skerritt in Calendar Girl Murders. That's okay, because Child in the Night, also Tom Skerritt. But now, this time, with Jo Beth Williams, Elijah Wood, Season Hubley, and Darren McGavin. Oh my God, what a cast, and what a great movie, actually. So definite recommendation on that one. Carl Mullen's underrated, man. The fact that people don't talk about him more, it's a shame. Cardona Collection, which I know Jesse wants to see volumes 2 and 3, and eventually, if the rights issues and everything gets worked out, we should be able to do it. But unfortunately, when somebody passes, that does tend, especially like somebody that may own the rights to films or something, it can actually tie things up a bit legally. In 10 years, you will hate Surf 2. How old are you, Fiona? You don't want to say it's okay. I like younger movies. I think Surf 2 is to me, Surf 2 is what an older person thinks a younger person's film should be. You know what I mean? Like, you ever see like a movie or like hear a song and it's by like an older group or an older person or somebody's not totally in touch, right? And they'll be like, "Yeah, that's it. That's what the young ones want nowadays." And I'm older, but like it's like you got like I'm 51, but it's like, I'm semi in touch with things. I listen to Olivia Rodrigo. I listen to Lizzo. That type of stuff. But yeah, but it is like, it does seem to me like, I know you're in your 30s, so you're younger, but it still seems to me like a movie that is attempting to be a younger film than it is. I guess it's weird, huh? Alien from Malaya, however, this is the one I will recommend. Over 1,000 left on this one here. Great world building, this one. Director Albert Pion deserves much more respect than he gets. And she does this. Look right here. So, the stunningly gorgeous girl from Fade to Black. The Marilyn Monroe look like. Still her, right here. It is amazing. Utterly amazing. The world building that is done on such a low budget film. Where I looked at Alley Cat, I already gave that a recommendation. Let's just go through ones because I gotta unfortunately go soon, guys. I do apologize. But Terminal Island, strong recommendation on this one. Still over 1,000, so you're good with that one right there. This is Sogmi over 1,000. The Phantasm ones, if you like this style of stuff, I like this. It's under peak around, but it's not an adult film, just to let you guys know. Shallow Grave, big recommendation. Shallow Grave, again, that one's still over 1,000 as well. Graduation Day, The Rude Remorse, if you don't have it, that's getting down there too. 649 of those are there right now. So it just made you mad. Let's dive into the first page really quickly. If you're into 4K and you get into 4K stuff, I do recommend like throwing these into your cart, because you get a wide range of movies, some great features, some great stuff. You get Thriller, which is a revenge film. If you like revenge exploitation cinema, you're going to want that. Cloak and Dagger, which is a family action film, you're going to want that. Miami Connection, which is like so bad it's good type of film, you definitely want to want that. Look at the newer stuff that's coming. Stuff like Death Wish 2 and it's Good Side and X-Ray. Those won't be on sale, by the way. So from what I can figure out, by the way, guys, the way this sale is going is this. It is going to have things that are from like February won't be included, but January and back will be included. So that's the key thing. January and back will be included on here. She's your Jenny Agutter. I do like Linda Carriage, actually. Anything she's in is super cool. So there's a lot of stuff there. By the way, guys, I do apologize, but hopefully you have enjoyed this video. I want to thank everybody so much for making this video possible, and I want to give a huge shout out to Swift, man. You have no idea how much that means right now. To Antoine, to all the guys that you know that hit the super chat or donated. Thank you so much. It blows my mind at a very volatile time for me. You guys are awesome. Whether you just came on, you hit the like button, I truly appreciate that. That does a lot to make the channel grow and subbed in. So anyway, my name is Aaron. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you're enjoying the fact that I'm trying to spice up these videos and do these in different formats, even when it takes longer. This is done through OBS Streamlabs. So if you have never seen that before, then like this is the form I'm using for this one right here. I will be mixing up my formats for live videos just to keep it fresh and keep it unique. I'll have my StreamYard ones, I have my Streamlab ones, my OBS stuff that I actually pre-tape as well. Thank you so much for coming in, India, my brother from 1989. Brian, man, thanks for the knowledge you dropped. And Jesse, man, if Vinegar Time is introducing another partner label, that's going to be super stoked. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you, Dustin, man. I'm super stoked about the ones that are coming. I'm Aaron. This is Call to Cinema. As always, guys, there's a lot of sales, a lot of movies out there to weed through. Hopefully I can be your guide through this crazy, insane world of collecting. But remember, as many of those as are out there, there's only one of you. And you are special, so treat yourself good. I will see you guys soon. And have a great day. My voice is going. I don't think I'm going to talk anymore. And Thursday's coming up, so keep an eye out for some videos coming up this week.